Hi, Ashley. How are you doing this session?
Where do I begin? Yeah, I just feel like my marriage is on the rocks. Um, he's gameless. Uh, he's just, yeah, we're just drifting apart. He's always drinking. When I come home, I see empty bottles everywhere. Um, you know, the other day I saw my son holding one of the empty bottles, um, and was just playing with it as a toy. Then I questioned, like, what's happening? Like, you're not communicating with me anymore. You're drifting away. Um, like, what's going on? Like, is something happening at work? Or, just to actually sit down and spend time. Like, I just don't feel like we're there anymore. Um, he's, whenever I ask him, like, how is he? Let's talk, he just snaps, he just lashes out, he gets angry. The whole household is very tense. He doesn't help out doing anything, it's literally me and the kids. And yeah, it's just, I'm not at the point of divorce. Like, I feel like there is some hope, but yeah, I just worry about the children. Like, his moods, he's just getting, he's drinking more, he's getting angry more, and I'm scared he's going to turn physical against me, all the children. He hasn't, but that's where it's going to. The more he drinks, the more he's angry, the more I want to work on us, the angrier he gets, the more he drinks. So that's my opinion.
Okay, so you mentioned that he's now starting to get more angry,
Yes.
and he mentioned that he's also starting to drink more as well, especially when you talk. I got to ask, like, you did mention to me that you're worried about the children. Also, you're worried about him being physically harm you. Has he got to the point where he's nearly done that to you?
No, not yet.
Okay. Has the children been around him drinking?
Yes. I try and shield it. I try and tell them go to their room, but they're not done. Like, they know something's wrong. Like, they always ask me, like, oh, why is dad always drinking? Why is dad always angry? Like, they're asking questions, and I just don't know how to answer it. Like, how do I answer if I don't even know why he is, and I'm trying to ask what's happened? So I just don't know what to do. Like, I want to protect them, but I feel like I'm a failure because, they're my priority, but, it's their dad. I don't want them to see their own dad like this.
When did the drinking start?
Probably about 3 months ago. Yeah.
And it's has now, since it's gotten a bit.
It's escalating. Before, it would be like just a beer after work, and I just thought, oh yeah, nothing big. And then it would be, oh, I'm on Friday nights after work, I'm going to the pub with the boys after work, and I just think, oh, okay, yeah, good. Didn't think anything of it. And then he would come home. I would be like, oh, when are you coming home? So I know when you cook dinner. Um, you know, and he would be like, oh, I'll come home at 7. He doesn't come home until 10. And then I would just be like, you missed story time, you missed bedtime, you missed all this. Like, you say your time, you're going to be coming. And then from that, it would be, drinking on a Wednesday. like it's a school night, that disrupts the whole household. Trying to get ready for the next day for the kids, their uniforms, their lunches, their dinners, all of that. Housework, just everything. I feel like I'm a single mother, and he's just out drinking. So when I told him, he doesn't help anymore, he just lashed out. That was the first time he lashed out. And after that, he goes, fine, I'll just drink at home instead. And I'm like, that's when I started questioning, like, why are you drinking? What's wrong? And then me just trying to get to the bottom of why he's angry. He just drinks more.
Okay.
And it's just like sometimes the kids just don't want to come home. They want to have sleepovers and all that, and I let them have sleepovers more, or go to their grandparents' house because I just don't want them to be in such a negative, angry household because it's increasing, but I just don't want anything to happen to them, and I just don't know what I'm meant to be doing.
So you mentioned that he has lashed out. You said that you're worried about them with this. Are you concerned about their safety being at a house?
Yeah, I am.
Are you concerned about your safety?
Yes.
Would you consider leaving, noting that you said yes to both your safety and to your children?
Like, I just deep down, like, I know this is not him. And it's only been a couple of months. Yes, it has been escalating, but it's just not him. And I feel like we can work through it, but he needs to be willing to meet me halfway. Like, I'm not a mind reader. I don't know what's making him turn into this person. If I knew, then like we could work things out. Like I would even suggest, doing couple counselling, and it just makes him angrier. Like anything that I suggest or ask how his day is just anything I do, it's like I just make him angry. So I just don't know what to do. Like I don't see right now getting divorced. I think it's still early days because I know this is just not him. I'm hoping it's just a phase, but like he's not letting me to know what's going on.
I want to circle back to the safety of yourself and your children.
Mm-hmm.
You did mention that you do feel you are concerned about your safety for both children and yourself. You mentioned that you don't want to leave, but what I want to focus on at the moment is that would you feel that you need to have a safety plan for you're still at home, but a safety plan so like if you do need to leave, you can do it. So something that you would like to explore.
Yeah, I've never heard of what a safety plan is.
Okay. So what a safety plan is that you said you want to do a safety plan at home. And what it just means is that if you decide that, yep, I just need to leave, because you're upset about your children and yourself, that you pretty much just have a plan already in place so when you need to, it's already there. Okay?
Yeah.
So some of the things that would include is a grab bag. So it's something that you have, so include a phone. Do you have your own bank account?
Yes, I do.
Okay. It's good. And you have your own phone?
Yes.
Okay. So it just pretty much just means that anything that's important for you, so clothes, food and that, is in this grab bag that doesn't look suspicious as well to your partner. So something that's just normal in their house. That if you do find it gets to the point where it's escalating, you just take that bag with your kids and you go. Okay. So that's something that we can work on together as a safety plan, or safety at home.
Yeah.
And we can eventually work on if we do want to leave, we'll have a prepared to leave safety plans in the meantime.
Yeah.
Do you have any supports?
Not really.
Not really?
Yeah. Like I talk to, my girlfriends and all of that. But they have their own lives, their own dramas to deal with. And yeah, my parents are overseas, so it's basically just me and the kids.
Okay. Do you trust? Do you find that you can call up your friends and just say, "Hey, just need to talk to someone," or
Yeah,
any place to say?
they're willing to listen, but I try not call them as much because I feel like they're just sick and tired of me calling and just venting. Like I said, they have their own lives. I don't know if anyone would let us stay. Just because that's disrupting their household. Like they don't have spare bedroom or anything like that. So mostly don't think they would have a place for me to stay for the kids.
Okay. But okay. So do you have anyone from work? Okay.
Nah, I keep work.
Okay. So it's pretty much you mentioned that you do have your support, but you just find that if you feel like you're bombarded or something, and you find that if you do need a place to stay, that they won't be able to accommodate to you.
Yeah.
So what we'll do then in your safety plan is that we'll work on like giving you services that you're able to go with your kids, so they're able to provide your accommodation as well.
Okay.
And that is something that we will work on together in our safety plan for that. But I just want to go back into explore it with you. How are you feeling at the moment? You mentioned you're scared, but how are you?
I'm scared. I'm always on edge. I'm tense because yes, it's not physical or all of that, but I'm just waiting for him to snap. So I'm just always on the edge waiting for it. And I don't want my children to be around when that happens because it's not if it will happen. I don't want them to be around, to see it or even be involved in it. So I'm not sleeping well because I'm constantly on the edge. We're not sleeping in the same bed because he'll question come to bed. I'm like, oh no, I have work to do. Even if I'm not, I just don't feel safe. Like I'm just waiting for him to snap because it's just very tense and anger in the house.
And do you find that you talking to me is benefit for you?
Just like venting to someone who's an outsider, who's not part of, knows him, knows me. Like, I feel, yes, but I just don't know if it's going to help in the long run or, he's just going to lose it. Like, he doesn't know me. If he knew, he would be, I wouldn't go back there because he might do something.
Okay. So I am concerned about your safety because you have mentioned that if he finds out you're here, you're afraid he's going to do something. Yeah. You're afraid you're scared that he's going to do something to your time, your children as well.
Yeah.
Would you? But the thing is that you do not want to leave right now. You don't think that's okay. So I think what we'll do is that I want to let you know as well that if he does become abusive towards you, you can call 777. Okay. Ask for the police to come out to you. Okay.
Yeah.
So that's any point that you feel like your safety or your children's safety.
Yeah.
Is there a safe space in your house?
No.
No. Okay. So Okay, so I think what we need to do is that we need to explore around this a bit more because it is your right to feel pretty much to live without violence because you are pretty much it looked like you've been very emotionally and psychologically abused.
Yeah.
You are getting physically abused as well.
Yeah.
And they're the two signs of domestic violence, family violence. And with that as well, he hasn't harmed the children yet, has he? No. And he hasn't made any harm.
No.
But it's just sort of.
I'm just waiting. Like, I feel like any moment he can just flip out. Like, have one too many drinks. And he'll just come home and just lash out. I'm just waiting for it.
Okay. So what we'll do is that we'll, I feel like we definitely need to work on your safety plan. So something we can work on at the moment.
Yeah.
So as I mentioned about the grab the go bag, have that around so when you need to. Do you have a mode of transport?
Yes, I have.
Okay. So any mode of transport. Is there any important? Do you have access to your passport? To okay. Any legal documents you have access to?
I would not have a clue, but I can go search when he's at work.
Do you want it will say when he's at work?
Yeah.
Okay. So it's when he comes home from work, especially after drinking, that's when you don't feel safe, correct? Okay. So when you feel safe to look for those documents, do so, and we always recommend making a copy of it.
Okay.
So if you are you able to access to adjust the piece?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. Okay. With those, and once you get the justice of peace, photocopy those documents and put them into your go bag as well. Okay. And I'll also give you numbers of we can provide you services to link to home that offer accommodations for men who experience domestic violence.
Yeah.
So I'll give you that as well. And as I said, like the safety plan, we'll continue working, but it's all your choice.
Yeah.
So if you don't want to do it, that's fine.
Yeah.
If there's any input you want to have in, that's fine. Okay. It's all you.
Okay.
Okay. I'm only here to help you guide you. It's all coming from you.
Okay.
Yeah. When you're ready to leave, you have the time to make sure that you do it with us.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah.
And what I do is I also link into other services for you. And what we'll do is I'll continue this counselling session.
Okay.
You just want to confirm, do you feel safe coming into you?
Yes, I do.
Okay. Do you find that he won't bully you?
No, he won't.
Okay. So we just want to double check all of that as well. As I said, like what we need to do is mandatory reporting as well because we do find it there is your children, you're concerned about your children's safety, and that's what I've got to do mandatory report that as well. Okay. It's just part of the mandatory guidelines.
Yeah.
So that's something I do. Has the other thing is, as I said, safety plan. Just wanted to confirm back to you how you're feeling at the moment.
I feel good talking to you.
Yeah.
Like I didn't know anything. Like I wouldn't even think of having a bag like ready to go or anything like that. I feel good, but like I said, I'm still like on the edge, just waiting for something. Like it's like every day it's just getting worse. Like at the end of the day, like he's got to break somehow, like sometime.
Yeah.
So it's like when's that going to happen? And I just don't want the children to be
Okay. So what I'll do is I'll book in for another session tomorrow.
Okay.
And if you don't turn up, that's fine. I'll give you a call.
Yeah.
So just want to confirm when's the same time to give.
Probably after 9.
After 9?
He's out of the house.
Okay. What time would he come home?
Well, he finishes at 4.
Okay.
So he could come at 4 to midnight. So
okay.
Yeah.
So what I'll do is I'll give you a call between 9 to 4.
Yeah.
It's when he's on around. And I'll book that council session for you tomorrow, and tomorrow we'll go also go for the safety plan for you as well. Yeah. But in the meantime, you can call 000 if you need to.
Yeah.
And the police will come straight to you.
Okay.
If not, if you need to call the ambulance, then
yeah.
also bring the police as well.
Okay. So, all right. Thank you very much.
No problem.